pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everyone have the opportunity to review the August 2nd, 2022 meeting minutes.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the August 2nd, 2022 minutes. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I don't think I was here, but
Audience call? Nobody? You, Shane?
I am
Come on in.
younger, better looking, and smile.
Well, write that down, Bob.
Nothing new to report right now. Staying busy, staying proactive. Look at our Facebook page. So, we're busy this month.
Good, good job.
That's good.
Complaints, comments.
No, good job.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.
You, Scott?
I can be Scott, he's still reading meters, we're still shorthanded in their department, so mowing, obviously mowing, everybody working outside today, but shorthanded a couple guys, so he was reading meters, actually had 4 meters to read on the way over here tonight for me, so he said didn't really need anything, told him there wasn't a lot on the agenda. What we have both met and discussed, we had a meeting today with Matt Construction in the college and Wessler. Really didn't cover a lot of anything new, same old stuff. They started, there's no problems, no concerns. Nothing really new to report on that. And then the only other thing that's later in our new business is the community crossing grant that Scott and I has met with and went over a bunch that I'll share with you guys tonight, let you guys make a decision on. So that's about it.
That's about it with you two?
Pretty much covers it, yeah. We're ARP, that's what we've been working on from our follow-up meetings and working with Devin. Devin's got a great system put out that we still got a little bit of freshening up to do, but we're hoping to be able to have a plan by the next meeting
Okay.
for you guys to
approve.
and adopt, so
Okay.
that's been our focus.
Old business, Go Green Committee. Got something?
Well, no, Debbie and I talked to the beautification committee, and they're already working on a lot of the stuff for the green committee, so they agreed it should just be all one committee. So I make a motion to combine the beautification and Grow Green committee. I already did the new charge. We had 2 separate ones. They were both the same. I already did that. Keith has normally been the ex officio member, but I put 2 members of the council should be an ex officio member. And I've got all that to send to you.
There's one thing I want to make sure and interject, and Devin can probably help us orchestrate this, with our water tower deal that we're, or I'm sorry, our cell tower deal that
You
we
get
ordered.
2.
We had 2 $10,000 donations.
Right.
So that we could get in front of that before they
Well,
make 2
no,
separate ones.
Well, it would still go for green stuff, so it would still be.
Yeah, it's
She
still,
still divided
so there
separate.
would be.
we assumed it would
It's gonna be
be the
beautification
20 for the whole thing.
/ green committee.
Yeah.
So the 10,000 would have to go for the green stuff, like for solar or whatever. Does that make
And
sense?
And Josh Ford knows all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He'll keep track.
Fair enough, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
we didn't forget that
No,
later.
we talked about that, but that's a good point.
Because they started talking about lighting and stuff, and we were like, well.
They're already looking into all that, solar lighting and,
Sounds good.
yeah. So I made the motion to combine the committees.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Website, I think they've got 2 training classes left, so should be coming up pretty soon on opening that website up. It should be pretty exciting. APR plan, or ARP plan, sorry. We have had meetings on that, had a lot of discussion, so I think we're pretty good on that. The only thing I had was what I talked to you guys about on the $12,000 for the feasibility study for the hotels. I don't know if you guys had a chance to think about that or not.
Well, I figured, we didn't put any money aside for that, but we did put a sizable aside for the park.
Put
I figured-
73.
It was 73.
Yeah. So what, Uh-huh.
73,000.
73,000,
yeah.
yeah, 73,000. So, so they can't put money in.
No, they're not able to do that legally.
Well, explain so everybody knows.
If you were to try to build a hotel or something in this town, or any town, legally, the hotels can't help pay for that feasibility study, because then it looks like that you're granting them permission to say, okay, we're the ones going to build there. So if we do the feasibility study on our own, then we could go to any hotel.
Any hotel. We're
any-
not just
any
doing
one.
it for this,
We
that
could
specific
be
one.
doing it for,
This
now,
company,
the one I've been talking to is Cobblestone. But
Right.
that doesn't mean that we would have to go with them.
But what we need to decide, do we need to look for a hotel right now? I mean, we got a ton of suggestions from the beautification committee, and that wasn't one, but we need to talk about that before we.
The only thing I know is, I go to work at 5 o'clock every morning, and that hotel is full.
Packed.
My son
It's
works there, I know.
completely Full,
They're glad.
every single,
mean,
every day.
And one of the things, I think, if we look at our 5-year plan,
Mhm.
we talked about, you know, the things that we want to bring in here, and one of the things we're really pushing for in this, the website, is having more games here, more tournaments, bringing people from outside, and if we're going to promote that. I
But
mean-
I'm just saying,
Well, yeah, I know.
I don't know if $12,000 is a wise thing to spend that on right now. There's a lot of other things in that master plan that might need to be looked at.
The only way I look at it is, like she said, if we have weekend tournaments and stuff, it brings Keith, a lot of people, a lot of people. If we do more music things, that'll bring more people. Hanover College is right here.
Why don't we see if college will pay half the survey? They'll benefit from
I
it
just feel like
more than
$12,000, the
anybody.
money that we're getting is free money, and $12,000 really, like,
It's,
I definitely like that idea, and
I would have the college.
you've got the money in there, so I think either way, it's there. You can
Right.
Continue the discussion, but I agree with you. I personally think, it's one of the first things I looked at was a hotel.
You did, I remember that, yeah,
I
you
agree
did,
with you
yeah.
100%. I think
Yeah.
it's huge. I know the college would love to see it.
Well, when the parents
Um,
come in, where
They don't have,
do they
they
stay?
stay in
Yeah.
Madison, so they
If
get
if they can find a place.
Yeah.
the
but-
golf course could
But
have
that's only
weekend
twice.
weekend
a
packages
month.
for
Well,
people
that's
to come in
true.
and
That's
stay
true.
there.
Right.
and-
Well, I love Trina's idea that would maybe put you on and say, hey, would you guys split this with us?
yeah, do you help with the study?
Because I know it's free money, but it's free money, we can do other things
Absolutely.
to improve the
Yeah, if you can
town.
get somebody to share in the cost with you, and the
That's right.
college has been sharing and everything else with us at
Right.
this point, so maybe
And
they'll
they'll
50-50.
they'll benefit from it,
They'll probably be the ones who benefit the most from it,
right?
initially.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think it would be great to have one here, you know, but,
I think it'd be great to have a lot of things here, but hotels was the least on my list.
Okay, I'll talk to Lake.
Yeah,
Any other old business?
I would like to see if we could schedule a public hearing at the next meeting for, it's a hearing for the planning grant that Richard Ice and Susan Craig are working on.
Yeah.
We gotta have a public hearing, and it has to be 11 days out, so if we could schedule that for the next meeting, have a public hearing, so they can continue to move forward with that.
so you want that at the next
at the
meeting?
next.
At the next meeting, yeah.
September.
And what would you like it to exactly be called?
It's a public hearing for the planning grant, the 5-year planning grant that we're working on.
For master plan?
The master plan, 5-year master plan grant, yes.
So is it 5 years old?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's basically what your
They call it,
master
okay.
plan is,
Yeah.
5 years.
For 5-year master plan.
Yeah. And I told Susan we could do that.
But it's important that people come to it,
Yeah.
so we need to push it a little to get ideas.
You hearing that loud and clear, Bob? You need to push that a little.
Yeah, we need to push that a little bit
So you'll definitely have it at the next.
at the next council. What, before the meeting we usually
Yeah,
have?
open it up with a public
Right.
hearing, hopefully have some discussion.
Right.
Any other old business? New business, CCMG for November Street, October Street, Glad Street, and Sharp Street.
So I brought a paper, and I apologize, I didn't make a copy for all these for everyone. I can pass it along, you guys can look at it. I guess the bottom line is, it's what we've been discussing for some time. So this community crossing grant that we met with Midwestern, Scott met with them, took them around. It's for October, November, Sharp, and Glad. It not only includes the pavement, but it includes all of the storm gutters and driveway apron approaches that will take it to each and every driveway. The grant cycle, it closes, the application process closes on August 31st, so this is our window tonight to approve, to move forward. Cost-wise, you know, it's maybe a little higher than what normal, but this is the high side, they feel like, because they're including a 10-foot apron into every driveway. We maybe only had 1 or 2 10-foot aprons and all the other one on bolts, and that was a higher curb. So I anticipate less than that, which it's all concrete, would cut some costs quite a bit. But without knowing that, we can cover that later on. The bottom line is, the total project is a $1 million project. So since it's a 75-25, the matching portion for us on this community match portion, somebody wants to write this exact number down, so if you do make a motion, it's $264,891.50 to 264,891.50. Spent some time looking over that with Scott and Kim, where we would get those from. The project would basically, if we were awarded this project, it would be in a couple months. Then we would put it out to bid sometime in December, January, with kind of a start date of around March, first part of April, when plants open back up, meaning we would finish it in about a 2 or 3 month cycle. So we'd have to start having some funding available come June, May, June maybe, April, May, June. So we would encumber some of the monies that are available to us from this year's budget into next in order to make it all happen. But we don't have any, we won't have any problems within our budget, our existing, to be able to make it happen if we will be awarded. So you're not going to have to rob from somewhere or wonder where it's coming from. It's pretty obvious on where and what. So I guess my question to you is, would someone like to make a motion to approve that?
I make a motion to approve the CCNG for November Street, October Street, Glad Street, Sharp Street, in the amount of $264,891.50.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Cool.
All right, one other thing we'll do with that, just so everybody knows, if you guys are all right with it, I just get so much feedback. These are new to me. When I came in, you remember the problems we had over at Volts. We had to backtrack. So we're going to try to get on the front. We wanted to do this the last time and we didn't get a chance to, but this time we've got enough leeway. I'd like to get a letter put out for you guys to approve. We don't know a contractor, but what I'd like to do is drop a note to everyone on November, October, Glad and Sharp, that if they would want to have their driveways done or redone, maybe the contractor, that'd be the time to do it.
Sure.
And try to be proactive. Maybe that contractor then would be able to give us a little bit of volume discount as well. So if we get them on the hook early, people will know it. I think it just clean that whole subdivision up in drainage. So if you guys are all right with that, that's what I'm going to try to. I'll prepare a letter and make sure you guys can see it. All right.
Ordinance 2022-10, transfer of appropriations.
Emergency ordinance providing for the transfer of appropriations within the lit fund of the town of Hanover, Indiana for the year 2022, as requested by the clerk treasurer for the action of the Hanover Town Council. Whereas certain extraordinary conditions have developed since the adoption of the existing annual budgets for 2022, it is now necessary to transfer appropriations into different categories than were specified in the said annual budget for the lit fund to meet the emergencies. Whereas it was shown that certain existing appropriations have unobligated balances which will be available for transferring. Now therefore be it ordained by the town council that for the expenses of the lit fund, the following appropriations are hereby transferred and set apart of the funds hereinafter named for the purposes specified, subject to the laws governing the same, such sums herein transferred unless stipulated by law. So from the lit fund, park operating supplies to park seasonal employees, 6,500, and then from park other supplies, 1,500 to park communications. The clerk treasurer of the town of Hanover is authorized and directed to do all things necessary to accomplish the above directed transfers.
Make a motion, we approve ordinance 2022-10.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion was to approve. Moving on to the second reading, so the motion to approve the ordinance after.
We have to do two on that.
Because we're gonna blank on the words now. We've been done it so long. We are
So are we signing it
suspending,
then?
yeah, we're suspending the rules to not have to.
Okay, you need to do your
Okay.
thing.
Oh, so we're doing it all in one.
Okay, okay.
Kathy knows the word.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to go ahead and proceed after the first reading to approve
Gotcha.
ordinance 2022-10.
Now you can make the motion to approve it.
It's already done, we'll just, we're fine.
Okay, we'll do it backwards.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Whatever we're saying, I do.
You have to lose the first ones to
Yep.
Okay,
table that with.
also under new business, with them finishing up, I'd say they're gonna finish up this sidewalks and Circle K pretty soon. What's our plan from running from the bank to down to them now?
We need to probably get a few estimates. We looked at some of the contractors we've used in the past. We wanted to wait and see how far. Scott and I both questioned them on the right of way because initially.
It's gonna go pretty far up into their grass.
Yeah, initially we thought they went, if you look at the way the road, that intersection, I'm surprised, but State Highway, I got all the grade shots from them, so they was able, Mackenzie, Bob gave us all the grade shots. We have a lot of the information, which is great moving forward, but that's where it stops.
So
It's
is
just a
that-
little landing on the other side.
Yeah, is
That's
that little section it?
That's what the State Highway is gonna put out.
And we have to run to it, so
We gotta cross.
it's gonna be,
It's way up.
We got a waterway crossing to get over into the parking lot, or the bank's side, and then over by where they got a little sign in the corner.
Right.
And then we'll hug that bank over along back to our sidewalk. So-
Wow.
But we wanna stay up out of that ditch way, because there's a lot of water runs through there.
Well,
So
it's way up.
this will involve a little bridge, it's more than what
Yeah.
we initially, you guys approved that we would support, we had the funding to do it. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, we gotta do it now.
We gotta do it now.
It is more than what we thought.
Yeah.
Because Scott and I both originally, with State Highway, thought their right-of-way was beyond, probably another 30 feet, we thought.
Right.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it is.
They left us the beautiful part, we gotta cross the waterway.
You know. But as you said, we gotta do it. We've committed to it.
My only other thing was Katie Lowe Schneider sent me an email Monday, yesterday, about the kids. You know, she discussed the kids at the college doing some free work for the town. She sent me an email saying they would love to do some work close, which is Fireman's Park.
Right.
So I forwarded the email to Scott and told him to try to go to Fireman's Park and find some work for them to do for just 2 hours. Whether it's breaking mulch or painting something or cutting weeds or something. I sent him an email to try to get him to go look at Fireman's Park and see what they can find for them to do for a couple
I know
hours.
Rick was looking at some stuff, because he had a little group of kids, and I don't think they ever did
But I
that,
don't think
so
they did
Rick might have
anything.
some suggestions.
And the kids wanted to do it.
Yeah,
They pulled the
So what
shrubs out.
she
and
wants to know
ahead of
the
time.
plan by Thursday, and then whoever's gonna oversee that to be at the college and go over the plan for 15 minutes or so, and then they take off and go for 2 hours and do the work.
So you probably don't know, but you know, both streetlights there are burnt out.
At the basketball court?
Yeah, I've reported it several times, but they sit with their headlights on to play.
Yeah, you said that at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Kenny made a comment. He's done have time to.
Yeah.
Time to- Is there any other new business? No sewer adjustments, accounts payable?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable vouchers in the amount of $142,137.29.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Announcements, Hanover Park Board will next meet on Tuesday, September 6th, 2022 at 5:30 for our Park Board meeting, followed by our regular Town Council meeting at 6 o'clock here at Hanover Community Center, 200 Spruce Lane, Hanover, Indiana, 47243. Also, the party in the park will be October 15th from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, also here at Hanover Park, so make plans. And we do have some booth space open if churches or someone wants to come in and do something.
I
So
talked to Scott the other day, Davidson, and I was gonna meet with him, we're gonna try to reach out to some of them and see if maybe some of the churches come, if they can maybe do a game for the kids, so.
it'd be great.
And a lot of face painters.
Yeah, I actually contacted Southwestern's going to donate the hamburgers and stuff, and I've talked to Thornton Terrace, and they're going to do the hot dogs and the chips like they did last year.
Yeah.
And she also said, if you recall, last year she done a lot of face
Yeah,
painting.
she did.
Her and her daughter, so
Yeah, she did.
she said she would check on a couple people also. So it'd be nice to have 4 or 5
They
people.
were
in it.
lined up last year, that was the most
The kids
popular
love
It'd be
thing.
nice to have 4 or 5,
Yeah.
so everything's on track. So
Good.
just hope for nice weather now. Anything else?
Do we need a reminder about the public hearing to get that on that? Is that
Just that there'll be a public hearing at the next meeting for our 5-year master plan that the council is working on. So any input from the community would be great. Love to have them here.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.